Long before he was known as the Samsung of K-pop, Jimin was simply a boy from Busan with a dream. Park Jimin. It's on October 13, 1995. He grew up in a city more renowned for its sports than pop stars. Yet even from a young age, Jimin radiated an undeniable charisma, his passion for dance emerging as a defining trait. Enrolled in the Department of Dance at Busan High School of Arts, Jimin trained in contemporary dance and quickly stood out for his expressive movements and emotional connection to music. It was during these formative years that Jimin caught the attention of talent scouts from Big Hit Entertainment. His journey to stardom began when he transferred to Korea Arts High School in Seoul and joined BTS as the final member. Jimin later confessed that he feared being cut from the lineup until the very end, an anxiety that would fuel his relentless drive for excellence. When BTS debuted in 2013, few predicted the global phenomenon they would become. Jimin played a vital role in their rise, not only as a main dancer but also as a lead vocalist. His performances were electric, blending strength with grace. From the sultry fluidity of Serendipity to the raw vulnerability of Lie, Jimin's solos became fan favorites and critical highlights. His stage presence consistently drew praise, with media and fans alike noting how he seemed to become an entirely different person when performing. Beyond his talent, what truly set Jimin apart was his emotional sincerity. Whether interacting with fans, supporting fellow members, or reflecting on his own journey, he exuded a warmth and authenticity that resonated deeply. This emotional intelligence became part of his brand, complementing his impeccable artistry. As BTS climbed the global charts, Jimin evolved into a branding powerhouse. As a fashion chameleon, he was frequently spotted in luxury brands such as Chanel, Gucci, and Dior. In fact, his collaborations with brands often led to instant sellouts, earning him the nickname Sold Out King. This commercial magnetism wasn't limited to clothing. Anything Jimin endorsed, from perfumes to phone cases, saw massive spikes in sales. Companies began recognizing his value not just as a musician, as a brand influencer. What's remarkable is how Jimin cultivated this influence while maintaining a relatively low profile outside his professional duties. He wasn't the loudest on social media, did he dominate headlines with scandals or controversies. Instead, his power lay in consistency, quality, and trust. Like Samsung, a symbol of reliability and innovation, Jimin's brand became synonymous with excellence. The numbers tell the story. Jimin's estimated $40 million net worth stems from multiple income streams: music royalties from BTS and his solo work, concert tours, merchandise, real estate, and endorsement deals. He co-writes and co-produces some of BTS's music, ensuring royalty earnings long after the songs drop. Touring has been a particularly lucrative venture. BTS's Love Yourself World Tour grossed over $200 million, with Jimin playing a key role in every performance. Endorsement deals added another layer of financial muscle. As a global ambassador for Dior, his campaigns helped reposition the brand for younger demographics. His face appeared in high-end fashion spreads, billboards from Seoul to New York, and even in Times Square fan-sponsored displays that cost thousands of dollars. His real estate portfolio is rumored to include a luxury apartment in Hanam-dong, one of Seoul's wealthiest neighborhoods. But perhaps the most telling aspect of Jimin's financial ascent is its subtlety. Unlike celebrities who flaunt their wealth, Jimin rarely discusses money. His humility has only amplified fan admiration, with many pointing to his quiet donations to causes like children's welfare and education scholarships. In an age where celebrity excess is often a spectacle, Jimin's discretion became another reason he stood out. Then came the military hiatus, a mandatory chapter for all able-bodied South Korean men. When Jimin enlisted in December 2023 alongside fellow member Jungkook, fans braced themselves for an emotional void. Hashtags like #We Miss You Jimin and #Come Back Soon Jimin trended globally, and fan pages continued to post daily tributes. His absence was felt not just in music but in the collective heartbeat of the fandom. Yet, something fascinating happened during his military service. Rather than fading from public consciousness, Jimin's influence seemed to intensify. His previous work surged in streaming numbers. Brands continued to use his likeness. Articles speculated about his return. Fans analyzed every possible update, even deciphering his military base letters. In essence, Jimin's value was appreciating even in dormancy, a rare feat that underscored his staying power. As he re-emerged in mid-2025, it was clear that Jimin was returning not as a former idol, but as a timeless icon. He wasn't just another K-pop star completing his service, he was an industry pillar, a cultural ambassador, and, to many, the embodiment of South Korea's global soft power. Part 2, The Samsung of K-pop, Understanding the Phenomenon. So why do fans and media call Jimin the Samsung of K-pop? The phrase didn't emerge overnight. It started as a playful nickname among fans who admired both his consistency and his prestige. But as the years passed, the label stuck, and began to carry deeper meaning. Like Samsung, Jimin is viewed as a national symbol. Samsung represents South Korea's technological innovation, economic strength, and global presence. Jimin, cultural parallel, represents its artistic excellence, emotional depth, and international appeal. The comparison goes beyond metaphor. Samsung is often trusted without question, its devices sell not just for specs but for reputation. Similarly, Jimin's projects are met with immediate trust from fans. When he releases a solo song, it rockets up the charts. He appears at fashion shows, he draws headlines. When he endorses a product, it sells out. There's a built-in confidence in his brand, a seal of approval akin to Samsung's blue logo. What makes this more impressive is Jimin's quiet leadership. He's not the loudest voice in the room, often the most impactful. His empathy, often displayed through thoughtful interactions with fans or heartfelt reflections in interviews, is a defining trait. In BTS's UN speech in 2021, Jimin spoke about youth and resilience, delivering his words with calm conviction. That speech was replayed millions of times, and his presence became a symbol of sincerity on a global stage. Cultural critics note that Jimin embodies Korea's modern identity, a blend of tradition and futurism. He respects the past, often referencing Korean culture and values, while pushing artistic boundaries. His dance, for example, incorporates both classical and contemporary elements. His music fuses K-pop with R&B, jazz, and alternative pop. This blend appeals to both domestic audiences and international fans, making him a bridge between cultures. His influence isn't confined to music. In 2022, Jimin was named one of the world's most influential people by Time magazine. His fans include artists, designers, athletes, and politicians. French luxury brands compete to dress him. Japanese choreographers cite him as an inspiration. In Latin America, his name trends during BTS anniversaries more than some local stars. This kind of cultural saturation is rare, and powerful. Since completing his military service, Jimin's return has been nothing short of triumphant. His comeback single, expected in late 2025, already has millions of pre-saves. Rumors of a solo world tour are swirling, with ticket vendors preparing for record-breaking demand. Social media mentions have surged. Fashion insiders say he's in talks to co-design a capsule collection. Every move he makes now feels historic. Financial analysts speculate that his net worth could double within 5 years. If he takes on executive production roles, launches a personal brand, or invests in entertainment tech, Jimin could redefine what it means to be a K-pop artist post-idol era. Already, universities are using BTS's model as a case study in marketing courses, and Jimin's branding strategy is often cited as textbook perfect. Even among his peers, Jimin is seen with reverence. He's praised by other idols for his work ethic and humility. During interviews, new artists often cite him as a role model. His choreography videos are studied in dance academies. His emotional vocal tone has inspired vocal coaches to revise their training methods. In essence, Jimin is not just participating in the industry, he's reshaping it. His legacy, though still in progress, already profound. He's given a generation of fans hope, expression, and connection. His artistry invites people to feel deeply and live honestly. He's navigated fame with grace, turning pressure into purpose. And in doing so, he's become more than a musician, he's become a movement. To call him the Samsung of K-pop is to recognize not just his success, but his symbolism. Jimin is trusted, enduring, quietly revolutionary. His name carries weight not because it demands attention, but because it earns it. As he steps back into the spotlight, one thing is certain: the world isn't just watching, it's waiting. And Jimin, as always, ready to deliver, with precision, passion, and a quiet power that defines life.